Greetings and welcome to my World of Tanks video. I went to the store ready to buy this tank, and I made this video so I could show it to you before it hammers my gold, but it's worth it, and you'll see in the rest of the video what I mean. Looks pretty awesome, doesn't it? I bought the best item in the store, and I wanted to show it to you, and I wanted to go through the equipment phase of this tank because this is a really important tank, and if you're going to buy one item this week, this is the item to buy. Why is that? Well, this is one of the best heavy tanks in the game. So let's go after it, shall we? This is the FV4211. Let's see, stock for this cannon, 0.35 accuracy. We'll drop that down. What about this reload? This reload is 7.5 seconds. Well, from personal experience, I'm going to tell you we're going to drop this to under 5.5. All right? And I have a real good reason why I know that, but we're not going to cover that until we get to it later. First thing I'm going to do to drop this accuracy deviation as well as the reload is this enhanced rations. Check it out. Gun accuracy was 0.35. Today it's 0.34. It's already gone down 1. Reload time has gone from 7.5. We've dropped it 0.31 seconds. All right, that's fantastic. Now what we need to do is get over here. Let's put in an advanced loader. Advanced loader. Kablamo. Goodbye $500,000. All right, that was worth it. Advanced loader will take 10% off of that. So what? 0.71 seconds off. Okay, good. Check it out. Reload time now is 6.47. Pretty awesome. All right, now what else do we have to do? Okay, I'm going to tell you, this will make it go down even lower. Reload time is now 6.34. Fantastic. Dun, 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 dun. What is the speed on this guy? 48. Well, we'll make it. Well, here's one thing I always do. Secret from the pros. Advanced armor minus 5% deflection of damage. Totally tremendous. Now, we could change this enhanced targeting if we'd like to advanced optics, but this, this is like another. It has a 500 vision, so it would go to 550, which would be pretty awesome. Okay. So now we've dropped this reload to what, 6.34. Time for my commander. And I have a commander waiting for this guy. Blue Nation. Go down here, sort by Blue Nation. Hey, look, I have that hideous Krampus. Well, he's loaded for bear. Let's assign this guy. Remember, it was 6.34 on the reload. Let's look and see how low it is now. Hey, 5.33. You know, it reminds me of some guy that said he would have this under 5.5 seconds. Oh wait, that was me. Okay, the thing is, this tank had the same exact reload as my Sexton artillery, and that one has a reload. You cannot add the fan to an artillery because they're open cockpit, so they don't get that bonus. So this actually is lower than my Sexton artillery. So that reload at 5.33 is nothing less than awesome. Secret from the pros, just like shooter. Gold repair. Worth every penny. This thing is a monster money maker. We don't need no stinking regular bullets. I'm rich. Go with all premium. I know it's ridiculous, but trust me, it's good. I'm good. 50-50. Gonna go with basic medical kit. We'll change this if we decide that we need gold. Okay, 48 is plenty fast enough for this tank. So this dude is ready to rock. Again, we can easily go. I'm telling you, that's the way to go on this guy. We need to get rid of this. Goodbye, targeting info. Now with the commander, we had the accuracy at what, 0.34? Is that correct? It's 0.28. This is sniper quality. Sniper quality is 0.30 or less. Oh, here's the other thing I should mention to you in case you don't know this. The silver bonus on this tank is a 65% bonus silver. This thing will make a ton of money. So I spent 2.35, basically 2.5. Well, let's just call it 2.5 million. It's a little bit less than that, but close enough. 2.5 million, I'll make that back easily. No questions asked. This is the best tank they have for sale in the store. It's on sale for 6,400 gold right now. If you don't have the gold to buy it, it'll cost you $30 to buy 6,500 gold coins. If you have 1,500 gold or more, I would recommend to you not to buy straight gold and buy this tank, but buy a pack of 30 cards. You'll get 5,000 gold plus. And the plus is going to be boosters, silver, and prize tanks. So you know the average 30 pack would get you 3 bonus tanks, prizes. Anywhere from tier 3 to tier 8. There's one tier 8, there's like one tier 7, couple of tier 6s, I believe. Actually, it might be 2 7s, and I don't know exactly, but that would run you that pack. They sell for $37.99 with tax. It's $40.03 American money. So if it was my choice and I had to get this tank, I needed to buy the gold to get it. If I had 1,500 gold, I'd buy the blue pack of cards. That way I'd end up with enough gold to buy this tank and gamble and see what kind of free tanks they're going to give me, because they're going to give you anywhere from 1 to 7 free tanks. I've literally seen all the numbers in between from 1 to 7. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get 7 tanks. I'm not going to tell you you're going to get the top 3 tanks in the prizes that my friend has. He got those. It was unbelievable. Okay? I'm not going to tell you, you're going to get 2 of the same expensive tanks in the card pack, which has happened and It happens. It's uncommon. It happens, I don't know, 1 out of every 8 or 10 packs maybe. Happened to me on my first pack. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got a tank, and then I got the same exact tank and got a 6750 refund. That may or may not happen to you. You could get 2 of the same M3 lights. Those are 950 gold. But you'd get one if you didn't have it, and then if you got a second one, then you'd get a 950 gold refund. So there's all kinds of ways to do it. This tank is very popular in Cold War because it's a freaking moneymaker, and it's a winner. It blocks damage like a maniac. My friend plays this, and he's awesome at it. I'm not awesome. I'm a decent heavy tank player and medium tank player, and I know this was a no-brainer for me. But this tank is the best tank they have. If you haven't bought a tank, and I'm not a big advocate on going out and paying money to buy a tank directly. If there's a tank you want to buy, this is the tank you want to buy because of its dominance on the battlefield. It's good. Now, if you're a terrible player, it's not going to make you not a terrible player. Okay? If you're an average player, you're going to be an average player in a great tank. And you're probably going to do better than you have been normally doing. This tank does not get outclassed very often. Okay? If you get killed, you know, the guy's got more experience than you. You're going to lose based upon a lack or a differential in skill, but not in because, well, you know, hey, your tank is not as good as this one. Smash. So that's why I'm saying there's no such thing as an unbeatable tank. But this tank, if you give this a letter grade, it's an A or an A plus, depending on who you're talking to. And I'm not a big fan of heavy tanks, okay? And I'm telling you, this is an A or an A plus tank as a non-heavy tank guy. I make my legend out of light tanks, sniper tanks, and artillery, not heavy and medium tanks. So if I'm telling you this tank is awesome, and I'm not this kind of a tank player, it must really be awesome, and it is. So, like I said, I don't go out and tell people to get money, you know, buy gold to buy a tank. But if you're going to do that, this is one of the only tanks I would recommend that you do it for, because this thing plays fantastic. I've played against it and with it on my team many times. It's freaking killer. It was so good, you know, my friend wants it bad. And I'm like, well, dude, you should have just bought it instead of all these other missile. He was infatuated with those rockets, okay? I'm like, whatever, dude. I don't waste my time with those rocket tanks. I'd rather have this. I mean, I have a couple of tanks that shoot rockets, but I wasn't hunting them down, okay? So that's the thing. I got my rocket tanks for free experience. I do have some. You know, they're okay. I mean, they're good tanks. I'm not going to say they're not good tanks. I paid free experience for mine, so I didn't pay. I know one of them I did pay like 3,500 gold plus free experience. It was almost totally free. The gold I had was almost totally free, so basically, yeah, it's a free tank, or it's I might have paid $5 for it. And that's really going high. It's less than that. But whatever, we'll just call it $5. And that's the tank next to this one. This guy here, the MBT Main Battle Tank 70. This tank I got for like 3,500 gold plus free experience. And it does have rockets. Okay, this is a good tank too. The other one's better. This is an Era 3. This is an Era 2. This is a better tank. In its league, okay? In this league, this is the better tank. So, if you're any good with heavy tanks at all, this is the butt kicker. I'm just telling you, it's A or A plus. Now, some guy who might not like it for whatever reason in his own evaluation would call it a less. It's not an A tank. Hey, man, that's your opinion. Good luck with that. You've seen this when you've seen this handled by masters, and I have seen it. I'm telling you, it's A or A plus, depending on how you want to grade this out. This thing is as good as they get, and I am not joking when I say that. Like I said, it was like so good. I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to need this for the future, for contracts, and you know, this is the way to go. Now, I mean, I did I was working on the contract of the. You'll see it up here. Slapjack. And if you go back here in stage, what is it, 5? It was blocking. It wasn't a lot. Yeah, block 9,000 damage. Now I could have bought it and used it then. I'm like, I had what did I use? I used I used my tank of the month from October. That's the French AMX M449 heavy tank. And that's a good blocking tank. At 9,000, I didn't really feel like I needed this. So I didn't want to rush the decision of buying this tank. I thought about this for several days. Well, you know, it's got 3 days left, so I thought about this for over 3 days. So this is in, what is this? It was Tuesday, it came out Wednesday. Today is Friday. This is the 4th day of the tank week, all right? So I bought this on the 4th day of the tank week because I thought about it, and I really wanted to, let it percolate in my brain. And the logic said I had to buy this tank. My friend doesn't know I bought this tank. He's going to be super mad that he's like, man, I could buy it. It's going to kill my gold. I'm like, hey, I'm not the one who bought all the damn tanks with the rockets, you know. He was infatuated with those, and he gets infatuated with these tanks, and he plays them, and they're great and everything, and then he goes and buys something different. I'm like, dude. Now, don't say, but you're doing the same thing, stupid. Okay, I am doing exactly the same thing. I'm not lamenting the fact that it cost me like 6,400 gold, which is a good deal. I am doing essentially the same thing, but the difference is I got this specifically because I don't have heavy tanks. I'm going to show you Cold War. Look at this. I'm going to show you Cold War heavy tanks. Let me go into this. Bam, heavy tanks. There you go. Any more questions? It was like, well, you know, I'm not a big heavy tank guy. The MBT-70 is a very good tank, you know, and I'm an average player in that. My friend says I'm better than average, but, you know, whatever. I'm going to say I'm average, all right, just for argument's sake. I'm a solid player, and that's fine. I'm not going to be a superstar. And the same thing with this. Like, man, I don't really – so I don't have – there's a lot of good heavy tanks I don't have, like the T-72 Ural. Okay, there are some good heavy tanks I don't have. You know, my friends are out there killing themselves – going for those Merkava tanks, great tanks. I don't care. I'm not going to go. Have you seen the run? Let me go get the run. This is hilarious. My friend was like, he's like, well, Duke likes those premium tanks. I'm like, hey, I don't make the rules. Well, that's the premium. We don't want premium. We want regular. Yeah, this Merkava is on green, right? I think it's green. So let's look here now. I got the free one, the M50 Sherman. I don't want a Turan. I don't care. I like the Sherman. It's fun. I'm a Sherman guy. Turan. Magok, good tank. Merkava, outstanding tank. Also Magok, 6B Batashi. Merkava, butt kicker. Look at this. You see all this? This is all kinds of work I don't have to do. 3 Merkavas, don't care. A Magok, don't care. I got a Magok 5, good enough. Magok, Turan, who cares? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope, no thanks. You know how much these tanks cost? Yeah, so ran for 3.5 million. Or 3.450. That's 3.5. Okay, let me show you the blue tanks. Now, I did one line only. Centurion was free. Had to go through it, did it, got it, and actually I got a mark of excellence on this tank. Just a solid medium tank. I wanted this. 101 Scorpion. I'm awesome in this tank. 107 Scimitar. I'm awesome in this tank. I'm a light tank guy, okay? And the thing I tell people is, like, in a light tank, whenever time, we hit the field, I'm one of the candidates to get MVP in the game in these tanks. They're that good for me. That's why I don't worry about medium and heavy tanks. I've gotten some medium and some heavy tank MVPs, but the volume of light tank MVPs I get, the volume of medium and heavy tank is way, way low, okay? So I've just, got to go with what the stats are showing that I'm a light tank player. Now, I had to play this Centurion. I did it during a contract. Had to play this Conqueror. Did it during the same contract. This was the big top contract. So I used the big top contract requirements for mediums and heavies to use these guys. Burned them. Got rid of them. I don't own them. They're gone. 6.32. Get out of here. I used that money. I sold that tank and bought the Scorpion 90. Goes up again. I was going to buy this Chieftain Mark 11, which I'm sure is a really good heavy tank. 8.25 million. Yeah, I'm not interested. Because I would like to have this. And if I bought this Centurion, blah, 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 I'd end up selling it when I unlock this guy. And that would be the end of it. Challenger 2, saw some guys with some great games in that. Don't care. Not interested. And I thought, you know what? I don't need this tank. You know why I don't need this tank? Because, as my friend the Fishman said, Duke prefers those light tanks. Those premium tanks. I'm like, yeah, I have that. Right here. I don't need an Era 3 light tank because I have an Era 3 light tank that's a sniper, which is the tank that I used to score my greatest game of my life with 11,000 damage. I don't need a VFM5. It has rockets. Rockets are really pain for me to fire. I just don't like them. They're not convenient. Oh, well, whatever. So the thing is this, and I say this, I try to say this in my videos, do what works for you and play what makes you the most happy. Don't do stuff that you're trying to impress somebody. Who cares? I don't play to impress anyone. Now, if I have something that's good, I show it up here, great, fantastic. I'm not going to lie, it's great and quite impressive that I had that 11,000 game where I made 3 million silver. It was awesome. But my goal is not to go and, I'm going to go and buy this tank so people will think I'm a good player. Who cares? I don't care what people think. The results are what they are, and they speak for themselves. When they want me to join and they're playing to win, they're like, Duke, bring me a light tank. Got it. No problem. They'll say, light tank you. And butt kicking occurs. So that's the thing. Go with what makes you happy. All right? That's the number one priority. You're not here to impress somebody else, because it doesn't matter what they think of you, good or bad. You're still you. It's just simple. Now, if you get a great tank that fits your ability, that's the best there is. Okay? I have some tanks that I have that are fun that aren't really, my style. I bought the Arnie tank. It was awesome. It's a really fun tank. I'm not the greatest guy. I've had some good games in it. I had some terrible games too. And well, whatever. I'm not deluding myself and thinking this is the panacea for whatever. It's a great tank, and I'm going to have some fun playing it, but I'm not going to play it all the time. At least I don't plan to anyway. But I am going to play this tank during this contract that I'm working on. I'm finishing off the Slapjack. So that's, it'll get me experience in the tank, and I'm also going to use that training time to work off this contract. And that's what I like to do, is if I'm going to do something like this, I'm going to combine 2 or 3 items at once with long hauls, for example. In fact, I haven't played any today because I'm going to do the operations. Let me show you that you've been doing these yourselves, whether you paid attention or not. I'm going to do, let me see here, climb to the top 1 through 5. You know, hopefully, you know, the 5th one is be the top scorer on your team. Okay, which is easier to do when you lose for me than to be the MVP overall. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying I'm going to be MVP, and I might. You never know. I'm good enough to get it, but I'm not good enough to make it happen. Okay, I can, you know, if I get in the right position, I'm good enough to take advantage of the good fortune. Okay, Damage Master, I'll get these. Enemy is hit, same story. So I'm going to get multiple stuff here off of this tank, and I'm going to get some top 7 scores. Every tank you play gets you the extra bonus. Your red stripe tanks, those are tanks you have not won in. Play that tank and win, you're going to get 100% bonus, which we call the daily double. And you're going to get Tank Connoisseur, another 50% on that. So basically it's the daily triple. 1.5 times daily double is 3. So 2 times 1.5 is 3. This is going to be the daily triple. That's what Tank Connoisseur is. You want to rake it in today and the rest of this week, go play those red stripe tanks at the bottom of your list. Those are getting daily doubles, or in this case, that's the daily triple. Long haul, working on that too. I got 49 more to go to knock off another free gold card. So I'm always doing multiple things. I would be working on my season, but it's already finished. Okay, so after this video is over, I will be playing this tank to quadruple dip on multiple things. You know, so that's the thing. This tank is awesome. It's so awesome I had to buy it. There was just no way around it. And that's like, I thought, you know what? Get it now, and you'll have options to use it for the rest of forever. Okay, whatever that might entail. So I wanted to do this and show you guys the whole setup, how it becomes, you know, set up the way it is, so that if you get it, you can do the same thing with yours. So that pretty much covers it, and I'm done. So thanks for watching the video. Please like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, tell your friends. This is an awesome opportunity to take advantage, and I will see you guys in the next video.